Hey, I watched episode 7, season 1 of Starfleet Academy, which is a cosine, which is definitely probably the weakest of the episodes that I've been able to see. I've seen 4, 6, and 7, or 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think it's 4, 6, and 7 is what I've seen. It's been very spotty because of these things apparently only last for a certain amount of time or get deleted. And there was a whole bunch of things. But of the episodes I've seen, this is the weakest. And from what I've seen in reviews, probably the weakest most people who are giving the show a shot have found. This is definitely we have an ensemble cast, so we're gonna have different pairings of people going off to deal with the trauma of the episode earlier, of the episode before this, where the Vulcan student ended up dying when Paul Giamatti's character did some dirty deeds on a training exercise aboard a abandoned Starfleet ship. Though even that is kind of, it's tentative. It's just like, it's a quiet episode. And it's funny because a lot of times it's the quiet episodes where we get to get really interesting character work about the characters that really resonates throughout the whole show. This one felt kind of thin that way. It's very static. A lot of just sort of characters talking at each other. Just not really that interesting. The one where there's a surprise wedding and the guy gets abducted, which is apparently a cultural practice, back to his planet for a surprise wedding. The guy who gets abducted, the character who gets abducted, doesn't actually do anything in the episode. He is actually the most passive. Everything happens to him. The Klingon guy who's with makes the Wrst. He's the cosine. That's the name of the best man in this. Makes the worst best man speech, which basically is, well, he's miserable and he doesn't want to do this, but he's such a great guy that he's just doing this because he's putting himself behind everybody else's wishes here, which is just like, wow, the worst best man speech ever. At which point, the woman who he's marrying says she has the character growth and says, no, you abdicate, because this is a royal wedding, of course, and then divorce. We'll have the wedding annulled because you don't want this. She makes the decision, so he does nothing. He does nothing in the entire episode, supposedly about him. The Klingon just, be's upright Klingon. It's like mostly like the guest star woman, her realizing this, and it's basically her just telling us this after she hears what the Klingon guy says. So it's like blah. The hunky guy who was with the Betazoid last episode is having trouble, contacting the Betazoid woman who's gone off to her planet to heal. He's just having trouble doing that, so he goes through a bunch of stuff and talks it out. And by the end of this episode, he sends her a message. Whoopee. The girl who he's with, she's like, she's going to get fast-tracked to the captain program, but she's like, oh fuck, I have to break in because I falsified my recommendation letters. And it's just like, at the end, it's just like, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. They weren't a big deal. And it's just like, it's big nothing bars. It's big nothing bars all around that way. God, was there a third? It felt like a very empty episode that way. So, yeah, that was fairly weak. It's one of these things of like, I think you could have saved, unless you were going to do some kind of a day in life where they actually did something, you could have saved this for season 2 maybe. Or maybe it's something that, like, when you only have a certain number of episodes for these smaller, it's not like a old-time TV where you had 26 episodes and you needed to burn some off. This very much was like, why are we doing this? It's that kind of feel, like, do something interesting, please. I'm kind of looking at the clock, wondering, this is a whole hour of TV that you're burning here, and what are you doing? Not much. So, yeah, weak. I still like the characters and all that, but yeah, this was remarkably flaccid for a show that had actually been fairly, the limited number of episodes that I've seen had been fairly dynamic up until now. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, more videos later.